Welcome to FPTV. This is FPTV New Releases. I'm Andrew Sumner, and I'm here with our special guest, Mr. KIERON GILLEN. How are you doing, KIERON?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. And today we're talking about your new Warhammer book, Warhammer 40k, Marneus Calgar. What can you tell us about it, mate? Is it a limited series? Is it an ongoing? It's out from Marvel. That's what I do know.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like Warhammer 40k is it is the most quintessentially British science fiction toy line in the world. Toy line, that's probably not the right phrase, but it's like, I mean, I grew up in the Midlands, and I came in like I was into Warhammer as a kid, like quite hard. And it's for me, it's like being a teenage metalhead and loving Warhammer was so close together. It's like Warhammer was for me a universe where your album covers did not lie to you, you know. So basically, there's been various like Warhammer comics. I mean, in fact, my very first work for hire was actually a Warhammer comic when Warhammer was publishing it.
Oh,
but,
interesting.
Marvel came to me and said basically them and Marvel and Games Workshop had been talking, and they basically wanted to do do some Warhammer comics. So they asked me to do it because I'm a notorious Warhammer fan in the industry. So have you got an idea for like how can we sort of introduce people to the world of Warhammer? And that's kind of what Marneus Calgar is. So it's kind of the people are probably aware of the visuals of 40k. Like you can probably think of a Space Marine or whatever. But the idea is let's do a comic that works in the way that only a Marvel comic can work. So let's use all the scale and power and artistry that Marvel can do in comics and take that with the enormous scale, the Warhammer license, and try to do a really cool, clean introduction. So this is actually a 5-issue mini. It basically is the character Marneus Calgar, who is the leader of a group called the Ultramarines. The Ultramarines are kind of the exemplar or paragon of the Space Marines, who are kind of the main the elite force of the Imperium, who are the quote-unquote good guys. Let's not call them good guys. That's not really what they are. they're the viewpoint characters.
Yeah.
So the idea of that was basically, what's it called? Batman Year One. That was my model. So
okay.
Okay, people love Batman, and everyone loves Year One. If you're a Batman fan,
you're absolutely right. Everyone loves it. Yeah.
You see Batman do everything you want Batman to do. At the same time, Batman Year One is an amazing introduction to everything there is to love about Batman. So, you know, it works great for new readers. It works great for, like, the established fans. And that's kind of was the aim, the idea of, okay, I love 40k. How can I explain that to people? As in, here's a real big hard burst of everything there's to love about this incredibly brutal and obliquely funny sci-fi universe. So, and explain that to, say, I don't know, let's say my wife or any of my friends who don't play Warhammer, whilst at the same time doing everything that a Warhammer fan would like to see in terms of the Space Marine. You know, what does a power glove do to a traitor? Let me show you in detail with Jason Burrows and gore everywhere, and as well as like also set up like how a Warhammer comic could work when being done by Marvel. So like we've got a lot of obviously there's been quite a lot of data pages in the Hickman's incredible relaunch of the X-Men, and we've kind of taken some of that and put a whole new different spin on it as well. So we use those sort of pages, but we integrate them with the comics a bit more. So we've got pages which are like data and also comics, and like so it's all kind of, it's got that element of scale to it, I guess, and that's kind of the ideas. And I wanted to do this 5-issue mini because to introduce the whole of Warhammer, and then as the license continues, there'll be other ways. Because the thing about Warhammer is you don't really want an ongoing comic, because Warhammer Universe is so big. You kind of want to have these minis, and then each one kind of finds a different area and presents you a story of this, what's happening here. And you know, there are connections between all these kind of like the minis. So we're thinking about the bigger term picture as well. That's kind of part of it. But the atomic elements that build towards something bigger, I think.
Wow, I mean, you absolutely sound like the right man for the job, though, mate.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, I was told at the, they have the Marvel summits, and the Marvel summit when they said, "Oh, we've got the Warhammer license," and apparently around the room, people just went, "Well, KIERON then." And it's like, my brand is strong. But yeah, it's like so much of me and my love of Warhammer is. It's just trying to share that, I guess, in terms of like, so yeah, like me. It's not really me writing as a fan, but what it is me trying to understand why I'm a fan and explaining that. Because I think like writing as a fan is quite self-indulgent, all of it can be. I mean, trust, I'm quite pro self-indulgence as a general concept, but in terms of like me writing about my pet characters or whatever, isn't what I think I'm trying to do here is look about, okay, why do you like Warhammer? What is it about a chain fist or whatever that appeals to you? What is it about this incredibly grim world? I can't explain how grim it is. Why do you like that? And trying to work out how to efficiently and beautifully explain that and have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah. And so I'm hoping people are going to really dig it, because Jason is doing astounding work of a scale which is difficult to comprehend.
I can't wait, mate. So this has been FPTV, and we've been talking about Warhammer 40k issue 1, Marneus Calgar issue 1, the narrative jumping on point for Warhammer, created by Warhammer evangelist KIERON Gillen. Thanks very much for sharing that with us, mate. It's available for pre-order attached to this interview.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, take care. I'm sure we will. All the very best, mate. Take care of yourself, KIERON.